Hey everyone, good afternoon. This is JR, founder and CEO of Social Market. And before I get started, on behalf of the Social Market team, we want to thank you for using our tool. Our goal is to protect your bags from any known hacks, attacks, and anything that could jeopardize your bag, your earnings, whatever it is that you want to do with that. So if you've used tools like Phantom Wallet, MetaMask, or even Coinbase's self-custody wallet known as Base, this tool may not be too different for you. If all you've used is central exchanges tools like Binance, Coinbase, this product is going to be a lot different than that. But the purpose of this tool is to decentralize you from well-known attacks. But there's a couple of risks with that. Usually once you lose your money, there's nothing you can do about it. So that is what we're targeting here. We want to make it as easier as it is to use a central exchange while giving you full control as you normally do with having a self-custody wallet. So if you want to get started, which is the whole purpose of this video, you can go ahead and click on the How It Works button here in the header, and it'll give you a couple of steps on how to get started and how to use our tool the best way. Now, we're going to walk on this together, and I'm hoping that this will answer any of your questions that you may have as far as using this tool. But if you have any other questions outside of this tool, you can go to our FAQ page in our main website called socialmarket.tech. Great. So to get started, again, you can click on how it works and it'll kind of show you how you can get started on your own. However, you can look at this very obvious button here that says get started, and it'll show you our authentication model here. You can also click on login, sign up. You can even go to account here. We try to make it obvious for you to be able to get started here. So for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to go ahead and click on create a wallet. And I'm going to show you the steps you need to take in order to create your own self-custody wallet. And keep in mind, this is no different than creating a self-custody wallet with very popular tools like MetaMask and Phantom Wallet. But again, the moat or the value that we're bringing you that all these other great tools that I just mentioned cannot offer you is a peace of mind. But I'll get to that here in a moment. So when you're creating your wallet, you can hit generate a different wallet, and it'll do that for you as many times as you want. And this is at no cost for us, because what we're doing here is we're giving you the option to select your wallet however you want. This is generating real time. And the identic icon here, or the identity icon, as it's called, the open source tool, is a pretty cool tool that generates a unique identifying icon that is associated to your wallet. So you can create here as many as you like, and this is open source as well. You can copy it so that way you can save it in your address book. When you enter an email, you want to enter an email that you're going to be able to trust and, something that you should be able to have access to. We check if you have any emails that might be conflicting with other users' emails. No problem. Just make sure you click an email that hasn't been used already. In any case, when you are here creating a new password, make sure it's a password you can reliably, remember, as well as be able to protect your wallet. We don't store any wallets. We don't store any of your funds. This is self-custody and by its very nature, decentralized, which means we hope you can trust that that you're going to be on top of your security. But we're going to try to make it easier for you, even easier than what you're seeing right now. But this is just the standard as far as creating a wallet. So this is just something that I want to remind you so that we can keep in mind. So we're going to create a password here. And, after this demo, you can pretty much be able to access this app as well, or this wallet as well with our app. So I clicked on I agree to the terms of use and privacy policy. We hope you will keep that in mind, because when you're actively engaging with our tool, we want to make sure that not only we are being compliant to the law, but also with your needs. So in return, we hope you can at least be aware of what the expectations are. So we'll go ahead and click continue. And here's your wallet. As you may already remember, you need to back it up. And again, this is the standard. You need to reveal the seed phrase, and this is kind of like your master key. Anyone who uses this wallet that I'm creating right now will be able to access this wallet. So I don't recommend using this wallet because anyone can access it, because I just revealed the seed phrase here. And again, this is industry standard. So you can go ahead and copy to clipboard on your seed phrase. My laptop's almost dying, so I had to connect it. and you can click verify. And that's it. You're pretty much done as far as creating your wallet. It loads up into our system, and here it is. So keep in mind, I just created this wallet, so obviously it's not going to have any money. And you can use between different networks. This might be confusing for some folks, so in the future, we're going to try to make this even easier to use than it is. But if you've already used MetaMask, this may not be too unfamiliar. So whenever you receive your funds, you can always click refresh, and it'll, you're up. You should get for one, you should get an email that says you've received funds, and two, you should be able to update your wallet's state or balance just by clicking this refresh button. So if you ever want to send money from this wallet to another one that you may have on Coinbase or anything else, this is where you can do it. You can send Ethereum, you can send stable coins like USDC, USDT, and anything that is connected to the Ethereum mainnet, which you should get an idea of what you can send on Coinbase based on the networks here that we have available, which currently are two of the most popular. Base being the most popular Ethereum layer 2 network, and Ethereum itself being the original. So you can always jump in between networks, and you can choose where you want to receive your money or how you want to manage your money. Now, we're going to have a button in the near future that says easy mode, and this is going to be the easiest thing you're going to use. I guarantee it. So this is how you can send money. You select your token. Obviously, you don't have any money, so I cannot send any money. You can receive money from your Coinbase. You can scan this from your Coinbase app, and we'll tell you here everything that you need to know. So you can kind of keep in mind of what is at stake, and also just for you to be careful if you need to be careful when sending these transactions. You don't want to lose your money. So that's kind of what it is here. And if you want to manage and see all activity associated to your wallet, you can do it here. Obviously, I just created this wallet, so there's not going to be any known associations. So this is pretty much what the homepage has to offer. Now, if you go on the header here, you can see that you're on your current wallet. So from here, you can lock your wallet at any time. There it is. It's locked. It refreshes the state of it. And you can pretty much unlock it, either getting started again or hitting the account button, or even pressing this button here that says unlock wallet. And again, you saw our password, so I'm going to go ahead and type it in. It's dev1234, exclamation mark. There it is. And there's our wallet unlocked again. Keep in mind, this will auto lock in 12 hours for your own security. So that's the thing. Markets. This is what was our previous homepage. We've had some feedback that customers have said that this is really hard to use. So we moved everything into its own page for more sophisticated traders to use. So a lot of what you're seeing here, and I'm going to try to be as brief as I can. On the live page here, you can see any associated companies in the S&P 500, in the NASDAQ that have some involvement with crypto. You see Coinbase 50, that's the index of Coinbase. You can see MicroStrategy or Strategy as of late, and you can see its stock market, you can see the performance of its stock. And any other companies that are associated with crypto, we put them here. And we'll make this far more customizable in case you don't want to see it. You'll be able to customize it at a future update release. If you click if you go into market overview, you can always, by the way, toggle this one up and down. You want to hide it, simplify your trading experience, you can do that. So you can track the altcoin season here, which simply means you can see which asset is being bought more than the other. Bitcoin is the number one, obviously. Everyone knows it, everyone trusts it. There's Bitcoin and there's altcoins such as Solana, Ethereum, USDC, you name it. Right now, more people are putting their money on Bitcoin than they are on altcoins. And, this is a pro tip. You can kind of see where the market is, because when the market is more bearish, people oftentimes put their money on assets they know it's going to grow, such as gold, which is almost $4,100 there. And Bitcoin, more people are buying it. And the fear index, as you may already see, it's already at 26, which is in a very fearful state, which as of recording of this video on November 11th, there was a government shutdown for the last month. So that could be the reason why. And the inflation is at 3%. So, We try to give you all these tools that are going to help you simplify your trading experience, and along with some other popular ETFs. You can also explore some assets here like Bitcoin, Ethereum, USD, you name it. You can explore them and kind of get an idea as to where people are moving their money. We have actually in the near future, we're trying to release order books, which kind of show you in real time where people are moving their money. That is something that some of our competitors do. That is what advanced trading tools like Bloomberg Terminal, what Coinbase Pro does, and you name it. That is a tool that we want to give you that we believe is very powerful and it can help you simplify your trading experience. So if we go ahead and go to account, this is where you can manage all your accounts. And this is where you can either add new wallets that you want to track, that you want to protect, or you can disconnect any wallets that you don't want to deal with at all. So this is where you can do that. You can disconnect all your wallets and it'll do so synchronously. On actions, I can refresh my balance, which is not going to update because I obviously don't have any money and I'm not sending you money as we're speaking. You can view your hidden wallets here. And these are just more on your precaution because a very popular hack or scam that happens on Solana in particular, because it is the most highly transactional network on the world. So with Solana, when you get an airdrop, which basically means free money, you'll get an airdrop. And what that means is, you were early on an event, you were early on some sort of DeFi product, they'll airdrop you free money. And what hackers do is they'll look at all the transactions that are happening with that airdrop that is pretty much public knowledge. Blockchains are public knowledge in their nature. They will send a fraudulent token that if you interact with, whether you are sending tokens that you receive to another wallet, they're going to get access to your account. And that's a big no-no. It could potentially put you at risk of losing all your money. But just because you hide it doesn't mean that they're going to know everything about you. When you're hiding it, which is just basic UI, UX functionality, you're preventing yourself from, falling victim. We don't have a tool yet that does it automatically for you, but that is something that we will provide with your premium. But again, this is all just to protect you, which is why I highly encourage you to try our service. So you can always hide that. You can also remove your wallet. I'm not going to do that right now. You go ahead and click on address book. And again, this is kind of like an order book, or not an order book. Think of it like, I'm not sure the viewer how old is, but back in the day, you had a phone book. You can look at known phone numbers for known businesses. Very similar here. You can see the known addresses of your contacts. Think of it like like a contact book. You save your number of your friend, of your family. In the near future, we believe people are going to be sending crypto as a normal means of transaction. And this is what address books do. You can already do this with tools like Coinbase, with Phantom Wallet, with pretty much anything that, particularly mainly with central exchanges. This is something you can already do. So that's the purpose of it. Now, the meat and potatoes of what we offer is protection. I just created this account, so I do need to verify it first, which is something that you should do. But once you verify your email with us, you're pretty much good to go as far as using our security service here, which again, what we're offering is not insurance. I know some of our customers that we spoke to earlier were confusing us as insurance, and that's not what we are. What we are is an additional security set of services that actively monitor your wallet for any activity that could make you lose your money. And we want to protect you because in last year, in 2024, $2.2 billion were lost from hacks and scams. And I was a victim in 2022. So because of my experience, because of the experience millions of Americans face, we want you to not become a statistic. So that is the reason why I would highly encourage you to try our service. And it couldn't be any cheaper. And we're not breaking the bank here either. So if you want the most basic plan, we offer the pilot plan for just $9.99 per month. Or if you want to opt in for our annual plan, it saves you not only 17%, but we're also covering up to $2,500 of assets that could be at risk. We warranty it, we protect it in case of DeFi hacks, scams, and so on. Right now, our protections are a little bit limited, if we're being honest. we don't protect human error. Let me repeat that. At this very day, in November 11th, 2025, social market does not protect human error, which is why we give you a lot of signs that say, you got to be careful, do not fall victim. In the near future, however, we expect to be able to help people in the event of a human error, because that still is part of the statistic of $2.2 billion lost. But right now, we unfortunately don't have the means to help people as far as that. So in any case, you can always go between $2,500, $5,000, or even $25,000 in protection on your assets. Right now, if you check out, it'll take you to a Stripe link. We'll let you do that on your own. But once you pay, it'll route you back into your page here, and you should pretty much be able to leave your money here. We're going to release more updates in the future where you can set up and manage your own alerts. You can manage your own monitoring, and it's not going to be an extra cost for you. But right now, the way it works is once you're a paying customer, we have some agent workflows working in the back end, scanning your wallet actively 24 hours at no extra cost for you or for me. And yeah, I mean, we pretty much got you covered. So that's protection. If we go to settings, you may have already seen this before as far as settings go. You can set up, different dark modes. You can set up a dim mode. You can set up a dark mode. You can set it back to light mode. It really is all preference. You can change the language here from English, Spanish, Mandarin, and Hindi, the four most popular languages on planet Earth. Here you can manage your notifications. I still need to verify my address, so that's why it's not there. You can also enter your name, so that way we keep track on who our customers are. Totally optional, by the way. Once you are a paying customer, we know who you are. And you can read our terms of service, our privacy policy. You can follow us on all our socials. Go ahead and follow us if you want to stay on top of all news and updates associated to our products. And if we go to security, this is kind of like the more important section here. Here you can view your recovery phase, because keep in mind, we're not a bank, we're not a central exchange, we're a self-custody wallet. And what that means is we give you a full control of your wallet, but we give you a safety net with our protection service, which again is something that no other tool like Coinbase, MetaMask, or even Phantom Wallet offer. So recovery phrase, this is how you import it or export it. And one thing we'll say here is if you export your money, your wallet to another tool like Phantom Wallet or MetaMask, and you're still a paying customer, just keep in mind that pretty much warrants out our protection, because right now we're trying to protect our customers within the premise of our application, which is where our detecting tools are working 24 hours to protect you. If you withdraw any money and you're still paying a customer, just know that you're pretty much nullifying your protection. So we're going to go ahead and close some of these tools. You can change your password anytime. We recommend you to write it down and store it in a place no one else will store it for you. This is if you want to change your email. You can always add a new one. Networks, these are, in other terms, blockchains where you can send money and receive it. So right now we've added Ethereum mainnet and Base. In the very near future, we want to add other popular networks like Solana, Bitcoin, Sui, and I believe I'm missing another, but those would be the top priority blockchains that we want to add. And the more blockchains we allow or that we cover here, the more people we can help around the world. So yes, this is pretty much the basics as far as using social market. Again, don't hesitate to reach out to either myself or Leon Hitchens if you ever want to know how to use this app or if you have any questions. But yeah, this has been JR from Social Market. Thank you so much for watching this video.